Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with Platinum against AEW Dynamite. This is from August 11th, 2021. What can you say? A show that did a lot with very little. If they draw $1 million for this one, it shows they're truly operating out of strength. They promoted Rampage about as much as you can, and they've set up a number of things for the pay-per-view and shows coming up. They have next week booked, and it was a smoke and mirror show. When you look at it, it was every single match was a foregone conclusion. And they still managed to come out with a show where the crowd was super hyped, no sweetened crowd noise is needed, and give us some moments. So let's go ahead and just take a look, right? So we open with a very nice thing of, I thought the picture of Bobby Eaton holding the PWI placard or the award was not only a great picture of Bobby Eaton, I thought it was a nice subtle thing of like, wrestling matters outside of the WWE, and him holding that Pro Wrestling Illustrated plaque, I thought symbolized that nicely. Anyway, we have an open. MJF is talking with Wardlow. They run down the card. Bucks and Omega against Dante Martin, Matt and Mike Sydal. Boy, did they let Dante Martin shine at the end of this thing, and did he ever live up to it? Bucks and Omega win, though, with that triple knee. That was absolutely brutal. Tony is there talking to the Elite, but Christian Cage comes out, calling him the Stamford Stooge by Don Callis made me laugh so hard. And then Jurassic Express is out there backing up Christian Cage. The long and short of it is Christian Cage is going to take on Kenny Omega, the pay-per-view, and Jurassic Express are going to get their title shot at the Bucks next week. Yep. Malachi, we get a little thing about him. Nicely done. Miro, apparently is going to take on Fuego. What? Fuego del Sol for the first episode of Rampage. The main event is going to be Britt Baker, though, thank God. Match number 2, Daniel Garcia with a really good outing here. He's 2.0s at ringside for him, the once ever rise, against Darby Allin. They go to commercial break. Darby Allin wins with the coffin drop eventually, but it's a really good outing for Daniel Garcia, no doubt about that. Penta, Ray, and Pac are talking with Alex Alejandres, and the long and short of it is Pac wants Andrade. Match number 3, Yuta, Chuck, and Orange Cassidy against Matt Hardy and Private Party. Matt Hardy and Private Party managed to win. They set up a little thing between Bunny and Statlander at ringside, but Nyla Rose jumps Statlander and hits her. Nicely done. Andrade confirms that he'll take on Pac at All Out. Santana and Ortiz cut a promo about FTR. Nyla takes on Chris Statlander, and Chris Statlander wins. I guess that's a bit of a surprise, and it was really nice to see, and it was the right person to push at the right time, I think. The Young Bucks cut a promo, them going for the layup, and then Luchasaurus blocking it was pretty hysterical. After the commercial break, Britt Baker cuts a hellified star-making promo. I'm sure it's going to be one of the 2 top-rated segments of the thing, if not the top-rated segment. Truly awesome, and obviously Britt Baker right now is the number 1 women's star going. Anybody who wants to argue that, I just don't know how you can at this point. Red Velvet, though, makes her voice heard, and she's going to put up a fight. Okay, and then we get a thing about Cage and Starks. Then we get match number 5, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson against the Good Brothers. This match was very clunky and awkward. Again, I just don't think the Good Brothers have the goods inside of the ring. They just really weren't there for Evil Uno and Stu Grayson stuff. It was painful. At the end of the day, they win with the Magic Killer. Camille is a charisma black hole. She probably shouldn't talk, but she's talking up her NWA Women's title match against Layla Hirsch. QT is in there. with Tony Schiavone. He's demanding an apology out of Tony Schiavone as his son is there. QT messes up by pulling the microphone away as Tony Schiavone is hitting the lines of he apologizes, but then calls him an asshole, which prompts QT to hit Tony's son with the cutter, but QT muffs that up with the microphone and he keeps pulling it away from Tony. I have no idea why. We get a nice moment where Paul White comes out, lays out Aaron Solo, and yeah. Then they tell us what the card is for next week. Then we have Jericho against Wardlow, which again, Jericho wins. It's a very clever match with a lot of things happening. Aubrey Edwards gets sort of fooled by MJF, but then catches him in the act, tosses him out. Shawn Spears, after Jericho wins, comes out and attacks him, but Sammy jumps on him. Crowd's going nuts. And then other people are jumping, and then, you know, Hager comes in, so all the heels clear out. And MJF sets up the last stipulation for next week, which is Jericho can't use the Judas effect and he can't use the Judas song. And that way they can't sing along, but I imagine the crowd will figure it out for us, won't they?